Welcome, everybody, to the NFL Presidential Address. I'm Lawrence Presman. You can find me at WagerTalk.com. And, this year we're going to have a whole different ball game. We're going to be doing a weekly NFL Presidential Address throughout the season. I will be taking apart every single game on the board. But unlike the last few years, I will be doing it by myself. The original NFL Presidential Address, the first show ever to come out of WagerTalk.com. We're going back to where it is just me. I don't have to deal with any of Teddy's interruptions. But before the season starts, we're going to look at the divisions. And today we're going to start with the AFC East. Look, I think this is a one-team division, flat out. The Buffalo Bills are so far superior to the Patriots or the Dolphins or the Jets. I personally think those three teams are terrible. I think we're only going to get one team out of the AFC East in the playoffs. I think that's going to be the Buffalo Bills. And what we're going to talk about today is a bunch of bets that I think are worth making, how I'm going to be betting each team throughout the season. And we're also going to look at, will the Miami Dolphins make some noise? Great season last year, 10-6. What are the Pats going to look like? That's going to be super interesting with their tight end pickups and lack of wide receivers. And, who is going to be their quarterback? And how far are the Jets from being a competitive team? We're going to talk about that and a lot more. But first, we're going to go straight into the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills last year, 13-3, finished 16 games. This year, there's another game added. Their win-loss record is 11. And I'm telling you right now, I am making that bet to the over. I have a projected record for the Buffalo Bills of 12-5. They do, however, have an outside shot at 14-3. Now, look, they got a tough schedule. I get it. They do get to play the Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Jets twice. I think that's 6 wins. I think they go 6-0 inside of their division. But they do have Kansas City and Tampa Bay inside of that schedule as well. And that whole division, Atlanta, Carolina, New Orleans, there's going to be a little bit of tough slogging along the way. But I think they go 12-5 bare minimum. This Buffalo team is outstanding. I think Josh Allen is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and their wide receiving core, are you kidding me? Cole, Stephen, and now they just picked up Emmanuel Sanders. What a perfect compliment to Cole and Diggs. It's going to be such an interesting offense. Their weakness is definitely in the running game, however. Singletary last year led the team with 687 yards. That is just not good enough. Obviously, Josh Allen runs a lot as well. But I think where the Buffalo Bills are weak is the balance of their offensive attack. And especially we'll see that as we turn into winter and they're playing at home and a lot of wind, a lot of snow, some rain. I think they are going to have to fix their running game and find a more balanced offense as they go into the playoffs. But either way, with Josh Allen at the helm, good offensive line, a middle-of-the-pack defense, but they are getting back some players, and I think we're going to see an improved defense. I actually think the Bills could get into the top 10 in defense. So here you've got a situation where this team last year was the second best team in offense the whole season. They averaged literally 31 points a game. I don't think that's going to change. I don't want to sit here and say they're going to average more than that because that's an astronomical number. But there's going to be some massive, massive high-scoring games with the Buffalo Bills. I'm looking to bet Buffalo Bills. Every game that they're in, I'm looking to play over the total and the Bills. That doesn't mean I'm going to be doing that literally every game, but that's sort of how I'm looking to approach the Buffalo Bills, over and Bills. And also, I like Josh Allen to win the MVP this year at plus 1,200. I also like the Buffalo Bills to win the entire league at plus 800. Those are really good value bets. This Buffalo Bills team is exceptional. And not only that, unlike the teams they are going to vie for to win the league, they're the only ones that get to play the Pats, the Jets, and the Dolphins twice each. So there you go, man. I think you guys got to bet the over 11 games. I think you got to take Josh Allen to win the MVP at plus 1,200. And I think you got to take the Bills at plus 800 to have the best overall record in the league. I think you guys need to write down to take a look at betting overs with the Buffalo Bills, and especially overs with the Buffalo Bills when playing bad teams. That's one of the angles I'm going to be looking at all year. And of course, I like the Buffalo Bills this year as well. That's it for the Buffalo Bills. Let's now move our attention to the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins, what a surprise team last year. Outstanding coach, too. But he's probably the third best coach in the division, behind McDermott and, of course, Bill Belichick. Last year, the Dolphins finished 10-6, just outside of the playoffs. And you know, a lot of people are high on the Dolphins coming into this year. One of the best secondaries in all of football. However, one of the worst pass rushes in all of football. And those two do go hand in hand. The pass rush is super important for the secondary, and the secondary super important for the pass rush. So I kind of think those two nullify each other. They are plus 300 to win the division. So that basically means if you bet $100 on the Miami Dolphins to win the division, you will make $0 because they aren't winning the division. And frankly, I think they take a step back this year. Is Tua for real? This is an important season for him. He doesn't have Fitz there. This is his team now. But I do not think Tua is going to be the savior of the Miami Dolphins. I think we're going to see a lot of short passes. I think what we're going to see from the Miami Dolphins this year is very similar to what we saw from the New England Patriots about 10, 12 years ago, where they were just playing ball control offense. They were trying to get 10, 11 yards every 3 downs, keep the chains moving, keep the other team's offense off the field. I think we're going to see Tua throwing to his running backs a lot this year as well. But I just don't believe in this Miami Dolphin team. Their projected record, from my perspective, is 9-8. Their win-loss is 9.5 to the under minus 130. I don't see a bet here, guys. Can they win 10 games this year? They could go 10-7 this year. They're either going 10-7 or 9-8, therefore nullifying any opportunity to bet the win-loss. What I am looking to do throughout the season is betting under the total on the Miami Dolphins games. Of course, unless they play the Buffalo Bills, then I'm going to be looking to bet over the total. And I do plan on fading the Dolphins, especially if they are a big favorite. I think the games that they win this year are going to be super close. I mean, pick the Jets. If the Jets go down to Miami, the line could be, say, Miami minus 7.5. I'm fading them. I think the games they win are going to be very close games. I think we're going to see that because of the slow pace they will play this season. I don't have a real bet for you guys. I can't bet the under. I'm not betting them to win the division. But that's really it. I mean, I think we're going to see a regression from the Miami Dolphins with a projected record of 9-8. The New England Patriots, what an interesting team right now. You know, it's so great to see that Bill Belichick didn't retire and he's going to get to rebuild this team from basically scratch. I mean, you look at this team last year, they had 0 offensive playmakers at any position, both defensively and offensively. I grant you that their defense was really good last year, but it wasn't game-changing good. I mean, they weren't getting, pick sixes and fumbles returned for touchdowns. They were keeping the offense of the other team off the field, but just no real playmakers anywhere. This year, however, look, they picked up 2 outstanding tight ends. And I think what we're going to see, and we spoke about this a bit with the Dolphins in the Dolphins segment, is we're going to see the Pats go back to their identity for the first 10 years of the Tom Brady era. And that is a team that is going to dink and dunk the ball all the way down the field. They're going to play a 2 tight end set most of the game. They have 3 running backs, all interchangeable. I think we're going to see a heavy dose of James White. Frankly, if you guys are playing fantasy, I think him and Hunter Henry are going to be really good additions to your fantasy team. I think what we're going to see is a lot of bored wide receivers with the New England Patriots. Last year, 7-9 record. I think we're going to see a better Pats team this year. Their over and under is 9.5, a -140 to the under. At numbers unbettable to me. Like the Miami Dolphins, I think we're going to get a 9-8 type of a game. I would lean more on the under with the Pats than the Dolphins, but I mean, I can see a path to 10-7 as well. So I am not touching that at all. And then, of course, the question comes, when will Mac Jones take over? Will Cam Stewart become the quarterback that he was not 3 years ago or so when he won the MVP? There's a lot of questions facing the New England Patriots. As far as how I'm looking to bet the Pats moving forward, under. I'm telling you right now, out of the 17 games that they play, they are going to go under at least 10 of those games. If you bet the unders blind on the New England Patriots all year long, you are going to make money. I'm also looking to fade the Patriots. I still think they have this lore about them, this Bill Belichick-ness that everybody gets all excited about. This is a Patriots team that is in transition. Do I think they'll get good again over the next few years? Absolutely, but not this year. My projected record for them is 9-8. I don't see a futures bet with them, but please look to play the unders almost blind from start to finish. The New York Jets, this team can't get out of their way. I mean, it has just been years and years and years since the Jets have made any noise of any substance, and I don't think anything is going to change here. I love their new coach, Saleh. I think he's going to get that defense turned around, but none of this is going to happen in the first year of him taking over the team. Last year, they were 2-14. Believe it or not, I think they have the chance to be the most improved team of the year. I think they have a chance to literally double their win-loss record from last year. I have their projected record at 4 wins, 13 losses, and I think they might struggle to get 4. The over and under on the win-loss is 6 -1.5. I think the best bet for the Jets is under the total of 6 wins. I don't see a path to 6 at all. Look, they have some strength. Their top 7, their front 7 on D is incredible. Their secondary is a total disaster. I think we're going to see guys like Josh Allen just light this team up. Did they make some upgrades? Yeah, they're loaded at wide receiver. Does that matter? Well, we'll see how Zach Wilson plays. They got a rookie quarterback coming in, granted a little bit older than the other rookies. They are loaded at wide receiver. They are lacking a running game. Their O-line is mediocre at best. I think they loaded up in the wrong areas, frankly. I think from my perspective, they should have loaded up in the secondary and on the O-line and just kind of hope for the best. Having an incredible wide receiving core with a rookie quarterback and a mediocre O-line just doesn't bode well for me. I am definitely looking to play the overs in the New York Jets game. I'm telling you flat out, I think if you play the overs blind all year, you're going to win money. This is a team that I do think will score. They do have the wide receiver legs to score. I don't think this team will hold anybody down. I think we're gonna get a defense that probably allows more than 28 points per game, that type of number. So please look to bet the over. And I don't want to say look to fade them because I think there's going to be some big value spots with them, especially if Saleh can get their defense, I wouldn't say turned around because they were a middle of the pack defense last year, but if he can get their defense really focused and playing better football, I would be concerned fading them. But definitely look to take the over on the New York Jets game in and game out. Guys, to summarize the AFC East, these are the bets that I am personally making. Feel free to join me. I'm betting the Bills over 11 wins. I'm betting the Bills to win the division at minus 150. I'm betting the Bills to be the number one, have the number one record in the league at plus 800. I'm betting Josh Allen to win the MVP at plus 1200. And I'm betting the Jets under 6 wins at minus 105. The two best bets in there that I see are the Bills to win the division at minus 150. I actually think that's the best bet on the entire future market. And then the second best bet are the Jets to lose less than 6 games. That's it for the NFL Presidential Address. Today, we're going to come back and do all the divisions throughout the next 4 weeks. And once the season starts, make sure to join us because I'm going to go down the board every single game. I'm going to give you sides and totals on every single football game throughout the year. It should be a fun show. So guys, thank you for your loyalty. So many of you guys have been with me for the last 7 years with the NFL Presidential Address. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to try and make this year even better. We'll see you all next week.